much to say about this week's episode of Kuroshitsuji Book of Circus. My feelings are a mess right now. I don't even know what to say. I can't even think straight at the moment, and this beanie is bothering my soul. Okay, so in this week's episode of Kuroshitsuji Book of Circus, there was so much development with the plot. Literally, the amount of development in this week's episode left me speechless. Once again, everything was very well done. Okay, I'm going to start off by saying Sebastian, he did the nasty thing with Beast. I hated it in the manga, but seeing it in the anime made me want to throw up. I was like, baby, what are you doing? I thought we had something special. Why are you touching another woman? So that scene in this anime, I felt really awkward watching it. I was literally like blushing, and I was on the verge of passing out because that's how awkward it was to watch. Okay, what I really enjoyed about this week's episode, aside from that, is the fact that we got to see Ciel's past. In my personal point of view, it really did hurt me to see him remembering all these horrible things that happened to him as a young person. It really hurt me having to see him go through all the torture that he went through, every little detail, seeing everything. It really did hurt, because whenever I see Ciel's past, it really brings a huge amount of sadness to me. So seeing him have to remember this while having a nightmare and everything really hurt me. However, I really did enjoy that they did put a scene of his past in this episode. We got to see that they finally know who is behind what is going on around the circus, or they have a little bit of hints. Sebastian had to take drastic measures into getting information, so he did nasty stuff with Beast. He touched her legs and did nasty big people stuff to her. But yes, he did have to take drastic measures into getting information. See, that's the relationship between him and Ciel. He does the undoable just to get what Sebastian needs, which I really love. There's a really huge bond between them, and I can't get over it. The amount of bond between them really makes me happy. So yes, we did get a lot of development with everything else. We finally get to see that the circus is taking action. Now, if you have read the manga, you know that in Circus arc, they do take action, and they do something to Ciel. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to be a spoiler. However, we are getting close to one of my most hated moments in the manga, which is when the circus undergoes a huge sadness. I'm not going to say what happens, but I really am not prepared for the upcoming episodes. I really am not prepared. However, overall, this week's episode, I really did enjoy it. It did have a lot of things. Let me say, Sebastian is one very attractive demon. I want to violently, continuously thrust my non-existing yaoi stick into his yaoi hole. That is how attractive he is. I really love Sebastian, and he touched another woman. How could he? No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I'm sorry. Overall, this week's episode was very well done. It had a lot of it going on. I really did love the way that they put this episode together. I really did enjoy that we got to see Ciel's past. I love how we got to see bonding between Ciel and Sebastian, just how they get along. The drastic measures Sebastian took to get what he needed for his master. Just this episode overall was very well made. I really did enjoy it. I'm currently catching up on the manga, so there is that. So that is about it for this week's review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am sorry that it was like all over the place. It's just, I am a train wreck right now with emotions. I still am super mad that Sebastian touched Beast. I'm mad. But yeah, that's about it for this week's review thingy. Bye guys.